to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Daniel stayed in Cobra Kai during the All Valley tournament, during the events of the Karate Kid 3? So in this timeline, Terry would still want to get revenge on Daniel and Mr. Miyagi, so he would devise a plan to hire Mike Barnes to intimidate Daniel. And since Mr. Miyagi doesn't want to train Daniel for the tournament, Terry would offer to train Daniel. So Daniel would start training in the ways of Cobra Kai, and this would all still be part of Terry Silver's plan to get revenge. And Terry would still pay someone to mess with Daniel, and Daniel would end up hitting him just like in the original timeline. However, in this timeline, Daniel wouldn't realize that what he was doing was wrong, so he would ask Terry to continue training him. So Terry wouldn't reveal the truth to Daniel, and Daniel, using his built-up anger, would start training more. So Daniel would distance himself from Mr. Miyagi in the ways of Miyagi-Do, and Mike would continue to mess with Daniel, but this time Daniel would actually want to fight back, and eventually the tournament would happen, and Daniel would actually fight for Cobra Kai in this timeline. Daniel would actually fight during all the matches, and he would notice Mike Barnes also fighting for Cobra Kai. This is when he would notice Kreese, and he would see him standing beside Terry. He would realize that Terry had been lying to him the entire time. So this would enrage Daniel, but he would still keep his composure. So Daniel would come up with a plan. His plan would be to win the All Valley representing Cobra Kai, and once he won, he would denounce Cobra Kai in front of everyone, along with Terry and Kreese. So Daniel would continue competing in the tournament, and Daniel would make it to the semifinals along with Mike Barnes, and they would fight each other, each representing Cobra Kai, but Daniel would want revenge on Mike Barnes, Terry, and Kreese, and without training from Mr. Miyagi, Daniel would actually lose to Mike Barnes in this timeline, and Mike would be declared the 1985 All Valley champion, and Terry would tell Daniel that he's all alone, that he has no one left, and Kreese would walk up to Daniel, and he would tell him that he doesn't deserve to be in Cobra Kai. So Kreese would kick Daniel out of Cobra Kai, but Daniel, still filled with anger, he would go to Mr. Miyagi to continue training him so he could get his revenge on Mike and Terry, but Mr. Miyagi wouldn't want to train Daniel anymore. So Daniel would gather some money and join another dojo in the valley so he could continue to train and eventually get his revenge on Mike, Terry, and Kreese. And just to make things fun, he would join an 80s version of Topanga Karate, and at first Daniel would only join Topanga to get his revenge, but there he would remember what karate was truly about, and he would realize that Mr. Miyagi was right. So he would leave Topanga and go back to Mr. Miyagi. He would apologize for everything, and he would beg him to take him back as a student, and Mr. Miyagi would forgive Daniel, and they would continue to train. During this time, Cobra Kai would grow, and more students would join, and over the years, Cobra Kai would grow to be one of the biggest dojos in the valley. And by the time the events of Cobra Kai would take place, Mike Barnes would own most of Cobra Kai. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Daniel had stayed in Cobra Kai during the tournament in Karate Kid 3? Let me know in the comments below. I actually launched channel memberships. You guys can click the little join button next to the subscribe button. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra. If you want to support the channel even more, YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.
Getting outdoors is all about the experience, the adventure, the rush, the sense. We put that in a bottle. No harsh chemicals, cruelty-free, and recycled packaging. Everyman Jack, naturally derived, outdoor inspired.
Most people just see the end product, but we see pros, do-it-yourselfers, builders, and creators. We see the reason we do what we do. We see you. Harbor Freight, quality tools for everyone at the lowest prices.
Tasha, Tony, and Steve, and everyone's lives would go back to normal, and in this timeline, it would be Clint and Return the Stones back to where they were, but he wouldn't stay in the past like Steve did, and that is where I'm going to end this what if. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Thanos killed Thor at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War? Let me know in the comments below. I actually launched channel memberships. You guys can click the little join button next to the subscribe button. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra. If you want to support the channel even more, YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.